Welcome to San Diego Market Movers. I'm your host, Valley, and we're here with Sandi Crosby.
Hi,
Welcome back.
Thanks so much for having me again.
It seems like you're here every week with a new listing.
You know what? Business has just been really, really great, and I'm so full of gratitude, for our community trusting us so much.
Yes, and they should, because we saw that you had the highest price sale in IB for a single family residence. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we just sold 1197 5th Street, which was, fondly termed the fortress, or what did someone else call it? They had a few nicknames for the property, but man, it was just such an iconic home in Imperial Beach, and we sold it in record time. But it took a lot of work to get it to that point. And so something I really want to convey to sellers is that when you're working with an agent who's selling your home, it's not just about the professional photography, the videos, the, open houses. There's so much more that goes into it, and it's a process and it takes time.
Mm-hmm. So what were some of the things you did to help support that seller?
Yeah, so it actually started 6 months before the house even went on the market. So when I met the sellers, their parents had sadly just passed. And so there was a need to go through all of the furnishings and mementos of the home, doing some upgrades. There was the opportunity for some pre-home inspections, and all of those things took time because the sellers actually lived out of state. And so we were on this really consistent and thorough communication strategy to make sure that all of the siblings knew what was going on, that we had, a thought out time frame to have the work done in a way that, supported the overall improvement of the house without over improving it before the sale.
Makes sense. And you mentioned something about a QR code.
Yeah, so the QR code, so that's actually going out in the postcard that we're going to be sending to the neighborhood, kind of telling them exactly what we did. And that included, we helped them with selling, all of the furnishings of the house. We did basically an estate sale for a whole weekend. We supported them with just showing up and being there for contractors when they couldn't be in state to do that. We did just, a few, I would say, above and beyond things that we are so happy to do, but oftentimes sellers don't realize the type of support they need, and we are definitely here to give it to them.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, and we even have great movers, and they came, one day just to pack things up and get it all organized, and then they came back when it was time to actually transport it to its next location. So just being able to work through those timelines and help people do things in an efficient manner while feeling supported throughout the whole process, I just think is so important. Mm-hmm. And after we did all of the, home nitty-gritty things, we actually hosted a neighborhood-only first look. I mentioned that the house was called the Fortress. It was, just an iconic piece of property in the area. And so we knew that the neighbors were going to want to be nosy. So we hired, and this is all at our cost, for something like this. We had a guy come in and make burgers and just had the neighborhood come over and be able to check out the property before anyone else got to see it.
So sort of like a block party, but I like the idea that you guys did that full service for your seller, because it's very rare that you have an agent who really takes on the whole project and steps in and represents you in that way. So Sandi, you are a true professional. It's why you're here every week. It's why you have consistent listings. You always show up. You always do the work. And so although I'm not surprised, I am really impressed because, you always amaze us with the things that you do for your clients. So
thanks so much.
Thank you for sharing. I love it.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.